What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is, Tuesday, September 4th, 2018. And last night was very amazing. A lot of people played Euro USD. That was probably the best pair. It dropped about 70 pips. Well, from where I first initially entered, it dropped about 70 pips. And from there, it continued. So I know some people ate well off of that. And GBP as well, AU as well. They all tanked. Every single of the four pairs that I was looking for, the ones that I normally pay, they all tanked. Even gold did, and I didn't even tell you. And I told you guys not to play that one. So a lot of good things. And U Chief went. UCAD went. This one was a continuation. UJ, I thought it was going to drop a little bit lower. I thought it possibly could drop down to the blueberry, but instead it shot up. So the overall trend we wanted was overall up, but I was trying to see what it was going to do beforehand. That means GBP rose last night. EA consolidated. I told you guys not to play it, and that's a reason why. So EA might be looking for a nice sell. GA dropped over 100 pips last night in a matter of an hour. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something about 5, an hour and a half, hour 15 minutes, and then G Chief reversed. I think we were looking for a continuation, but it did reverse, which it was completely due for one, and it looks like it's actually going to keep going again. Keep playing like this, so we'll be seeing how that goes. But let's get started. Let's go to EU. So last night it dropped down to hit the take profit, which was 1.15521. And then it reversed back up. Now, what I'm seeing here right now is since it hit that low, I'm expecting this thing to shoot up short term to go up to this high because it's lined up with this left part of the overall head and shoulders. Because right here you got a left shoulder, you have the head, and then you have that low down here where last time it was in the zone, it came back up and then it dropped. So if this plays up the way I think it is, this thing could drop. But I do expect it short term to rise up. So I'd wait for like a stop hunt high, and then a possible reversal down tonight during London session. We'll see how it goes. Let me look at this higher time frame. All right, so that's what I'm expecting on a short-term scale. What I do know is that there's also a lot of traders trapped down here. It's divergent as well. So if this thing decides to drop tonight and go back down towards that low again for a retest, which I believe it will because it doesn't just shoot up like this and not go, I think what it's going to do is that quite possibly could shoot up like this, but then come back down for a retest, form a W, and then continue up. And the reason why I say it could also continue up long term is because if we're looking at this daily, there is no trend. It whipped hard. It technically made a new high above the stationary 50 on the TDI, so this was just a pullback. And there's plenty of things that could happen. I do need a solid pattern though, and if you guys are noticing this, the RSI is not divergent. Right, so this normally, in order for this to be a nice reversal pattern back up, I would need it to be in the oversold zone, and the fact that it's not there yet is giving me reason to believe that we could see a stop hunt high tonight, but then a continuation back down towards that low that it hit last night for a nice W pattern, or maybe like another pattern to set up for tomorrow and Wednesday. So if it shoots down tonight, we'll see like Wednesday, Thursday, or Thursday come around for the midweek reversal for a shot back up. There's multiple occasions, but what I am insisting is that you guys wait for these pairs to make some sort of move upwards. Maybe a retest of these EMAs, and then we can look for a sell back down. GU is kind of similar to EU right now in retrospect of what I expected to do. It did form a W last night. It wasn't divergent on the hour, but it was divergent on the 15-minute. It shot up, and what we're seeing right here, guys, is an ascending triangle, right? So what's going to happen is as it comes up, it'll come up and it'll break out to that upside for a reversal. Because normally what I see when I look at these pairs, when I see this whole zone right here take out the high that was right here, these wicks, this is telling me it's a new high. But this is also telling me that it's not necessarily going to be a pullback down and shot up. This is going, every time I see this, when it's just shot up like this hard and it forms that flag, it's a guaranteed second day rise. So we'll see this thing shoot up tonight, right? We'll possibly see even EU shoot up tonight. All these pairs shoot up tonight for a reversal Wednesday, Thursday. So like Thursday tomorrow, right? That possibly could be the move. So do expect this thing to rise tonight, and then we can look for the possible reversal Wednesday or Thursday. Well, technically it is Wednesday, but you know what I mean. AU, so I have GU in for buy, and I also have AU in for a buy. Again, short term going to be a buy up to at least the Mayo area. You know, I'm not really trying to go too crazy yet because I do need to see some nice reversal patterns. I'm only playing these because these are guaranteed to go up to there. So let's look at it from a long term. So long term perspective, it's been dropping for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, just coming on 8. I think this is going to be doing something soon. I think it's bound for some sort of pullback, nice pullback, because it is testing a zone right now, a supply demand zone and a support line that has lasted and held itself since 2016. All right, so for the last 2 years, it's been holding on very nicely, and it's literally been hitting the zone right now. It's literally hitting it to a T. It's formed a divergent W where the divergence started back here 3 weeks ago. I think this thing is bound for at least a reversal up to that water on the 4 hour. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it. It's divergent on the hour. It's divergent on the 4 hour. Everything's pointing up, and it's hitting a zone that I believe actually that it will break. Right? I think it's going to break it after it does a small pullback because of the monthly has all this momentum coming down, and actually what it's doing, you guys are seeing this, it formed this bearish channel right here, and then what did it just do? It broke out of it. When it breaks out of it, this drop overall, according to this pattern, is supposed to drop to the low that it formed. So we'll be seeing this thing drop all the way back down. So long term, this is a sell. Short term, based off the patterns I'm seeing, I have this going up for at least a small reversal. And then we'll look for the continuation down. That's with all these pairs, AU, EU, GU, and then what you're going to see now is gold. I don't know about gold. I mean, it is throwing patterns. It is overbought, oversold on the weekly. I still think it could potentially form a pattern again. It's hard to tell. You know, the fact that it's still in the middle, it hasn't. I mean, it's forming a new low. You got a high here, you got a higher low here. Like, it could shoot up. This would just be a very ugly pattern, something that I would not necessarily play, but it's still technically valid. Like, this thing could shoot up. So I'm gonna have to be patient on gold. I'm just gonna be safe and not really play it. But I do believe that it's due for some sort of reversal back to the upside. We can draw these trend lines here. Got that one. And you got this one right there. So there's multiple scenarios, but I would wait for it to pull back up to that high, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, short-term buy. U cheap was perfect. Played right between the EMAs, went right up to the Mayo, and take profit hit. So this one's looking good for a continuation, to be completely honest. It's oversold. It threw that nice engulfing pattern last night. 4 hour. It's hitting the water on the 4 hour, which could be a sign for this thing to shoot down to at least here. But then we are going to be looking for the continuation up. So wait for it to retest that water. That would be ideal. Or probably do something like this, where it comes up, hits the blueberry again, and then drops. And then it either consolidates or it rises. We'll have to wait on that, but I do expect it to shoot down. So like a small mini head and shoulders, stop on high, and then drop. UCAD. It's been shooting up. I told you guys that. Ideally, I told you guys to wait for a pullback. In this case, it didn't, which is okay. I don't need anybody here getting used to trying to enter and hoping it's going to continue. These pairs are very dangerous, especially if they move fast. So like that's why I tell you guys to wait for these nice pullbacks, because this type of move is not always guaranteed. That's not like plausible. It's unless you've mastered this pair, it's different. But from my experience, you want the most probable trades, and those are the ones that follow the market structure. And this one's not necessarily a good market structure. Hence why I tend to stay away from CAD. But it did break that high. So short term, what we're going to be seeing is some consolidation up in the zone, and then we're going to be continuing to look for buys, right? So you're either going to see it do this on the water, just consolidate, and then shoot up eventually, or you'll see it break, shoot down towards that Mayo, and then just skyrocket up. All right, so we are going to be looking for continuations up, but you definitely want to watch what it does here between the water and the Mayo and make a move from there. UJ, I was expecting this thing to kind of shoot down towards that blueberry. It didn't. I mean, we did have the overall trend and the overall direction for this pair to go up. I was just thinking that it could possibly shoot down one more time before going up. So, not the 1 hour. I did the 15-minute. A little above it. Oh, nice. It's in profit. So we'll be watching these. I'll be watching these trades, but I'm expecting these to shoot up so that we can go down. UJ. Weekly. This thing's going to keep moving up. Expect UJ to keep rising. Like, I don't even know if it's going to pull back. If you do get a pullback, go on the 15-minute. This thing could just go and then back up. I don't like it for a sell. It is divergent, but I don't like it for a sell. Wait for it to come back down to the 15-minute water, then you can look for buys, but I just don't like it for a sell yet. We just got to just be careful of UJ. It's not my favorite, but be careful of UJ and see what happens. There goes GJ rising up. This one's new. Yeah, this one was pretty obvious. It's going to go up back to this high right here. We'll see that thing rise. Let's do this. If anything, you'll see it come up to this area. Pull back again and look for another rise. And if you guys want to take this trade, you can hold it for a while. Just hold it long term. But again, it's not my favorite pair, so that's up to you. EA is setting up nicely. This is why I wanted you guys to wait. I wanted you to see how the pair would play out, and right now it's playing out nicely. It's actually setting up for a nice head and shoulders, which is what we were predicting. Divergence is here. It's hitting a wall, going up or going down, and the wall going up here. All right, so it's forming this ugly left shoulder, reversal, pull back, drop. So we'll probably see a reversal on EA, which would then hence keep AU in the right form, right? So AU would consistently rise, which would be nice, and then EA would take. So we'll see how this plays out, but I do expect this thing to at least drop tonight to break that low for us to then play the pullback, play it, and then drop. So we'll see how that all rises, how that all goes. There's actually news on it in 8 minutes, I believe. Is there? Yeah. Yeah, 8 minutes. Let's see this. And GA. Yeah, GA is going to be making the move too. This one looks better for a sell. Let's see GBP. Takes out the low. Remember, look, this is the low. Can you look at this low? This is the low. Pull back. Coming up. GA is about to drop again too. And then G-Chief, I will be expecting a rise. So expect a rise on G-Chief. This was the first time shot up, but this is going to be looking nice for a buy like this. Let's go to the top. That's what you guys are going to be looking for. Yeah, so does anybody have any questions real quick? Pretty nice setup for tonight, but be ready because there's going to be some good movement, a lot of volatility. Think, yeah, could hit the Mayo on the 1 hour. Yeah, well, if it does, if it's dropped, that's where it's going. It's got to test it. Got to at least break it. It's formed the head and shoulders, actually. I might sell it. So, but yeah, that's what you're looking for. Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, I will wait for this video to upload, and then we will get back tomorrow. So everyone here, have a great night and catch those pips. For those of you in my group, I'll be looking at some trades, so be on the lookout. Talk to you guys later. Peace.